I am here to tell you that setting some arbitrarily high fitness goal for yourself, like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 steps a day, may not be feasible for you, and it may actually be holding you back.
It's time we discuss how walking 10,000 steps a day is so time consuming. I would love tips because I went for like an hour plus walk this morning. Like it was a good chunk of my morning, and I'm only at, I think, 4,200, and that was with me like going out of my way. I was like, okay, I'll go to the package room, I'll walk up a flight of stairs, I'll do this, I'll do that. Like I was trying to make it more, and I'm still only at 4,200, and that was like a big chunk of my morning. So how are we reaching 10,000, if not like 15,000 steps? How are the girls doing it? I need tips. I need help because like I need time to sit on the couch. Like that has to fit into my day. I can't just be walking around all day.
Hey everybody, it's Allie. I am on a fantabulous weight loss journey, and hopefully you'll come along for the ride and even subscribe because I put out new videos every day. So losing 85 pounds has taught me a lot. And one of the things that I've learned is that people throw out these numbers for everything. These arbitrary goals that you have to meet if you want to be successful. And 9 times out of 10, they're garbage. So is setting a step goal something that you can do? Absolutely. Should you start out like right out the gate with 10,000 steps when you previously led a life that was completely sedentary? No. Not only are you going to be pushing yourself incredibly hard right out the gate, which if you're someone like myself who started out in a bigger body, right, can be detrimental both to your mental health and also to your joints. You've set the bar so high that you then become frustrated with not being able to reach that goal. And what happens? You start to feel like a failure. You start to feel like you're not getting results. You start to feel like, why am I doing this? Just like this creator says in her video, she's like, I need time to sit down and relax. Like if I'm getting up before work and I'm doing all this exercise, and then I'm going to work and I'm trying to get in some exercise there too, and then I'm coming home and I'm cooking and cleaning, and in her case, potentially taking care of children, right? Like all of those things build up, and then you end up with the mentality of, you know what, forget it. There's just enough, there's not enough hours in the day. And that's where that comes from. It comes from setting the bar too high. I am here to tell you that 95% of your weight loss is based in nutrition. If you are making healthy choices, if you are in a caloric deficit, you are going to lose weight, even if you're not exercising at all. I know the gym gurus are going to flood to my comments and be like, Allie, don't tell people that because then they won't come to the gym. Listen, if you are someone who is completely sedentary and then you are trying to get into having a healthier lifestyle, you can absolutely do that. And you can be reasonable about it. If previously you went through your day and got in 2,000 steps a day, right? Assuming that you don't exercise, you have a sedentary job, right? And then you come home and you're getting some steps in while you get stuff done, right, Kevin? Not everybody is as blessed as you to be naturally skinny, right, Kevin? I love you. Oh, okay. You want a blanket? All right. You're a good boy. So if you're starting out from a place where you are getting in, let's say 2,000 steps a day, right? Or less, setting some arbitrary goal of, well, I'm going to start getting in 10,000 steps a day, you are 100% going to burn out, become frustrated, And you're going to start saying to yourself, when am I supposed to have time to do this? Because exercising takes time. And not all of us are, gym bro influencers who can work out, 6 hours a day. Many of us are just average Joes, like living our life, doing our thing, trying to get healthier while we're at it. So I would encourage you to set a reasonable goal based off of what you're already doing. So wear your tracker, right? And please understand that most of these trackers are not 100% accurate anyway. So do not make the mistake of becoming obsessed with how many steps you've done. Okay, now that I've said that, put your tracker on, go about your normal day. Don't do anything extra. Don't, take a flight of stairs when you normally take an elevator. Just see what your baseline is for your basic movement throughout your day. Once you have that baseline, set a goal that is obtainable. If that baseline is 1,000 steps, do not go setting it to 10,000 steps. Don't do that to yourself. Could you build up to that? Sure, if you want to make that a goal. Absolutely, you can. But starting out, take your number of what your just normal, regular steps are, right? Not doing any special trips, not purposefully parking out at the end of the parking lot to then walk in, no walking around at lunch, at work, right? Just what you would normally do before you started your health journey. Figure out what that number is, and then take that number and double it. So if it's 1,000, let's shoot for 2,000. If it's 2,000, let's shoot for 4,000. And see if you can incorporate that into your lifestyle. Now, once you reach that goal, can you then up it by 1,000 steps? Absolutely. Great, now we're moving and grooving. So let's say you went from 2,000 to 4,000. Now we're going to 5,000. Now we're going to 6,000. Do you see what I'm saying? And now you are slowly reaching your goal. But see, people have this mindset, and I blame diet culture for this. Do this fasting, juicing, high fiber, high fat, low carb, super high protein unicorn diet that only unicorns can do and lose 20 pounds in 5 days. Right? Like, diet culture has conditioned us for years that we are supposed to see immediate results. And so what do? We're like, I'm going to start going to the gym. You go to the gym, you will lift way too hard, way too fast, doing way too much. And what happens? You are sore as all get out. For the next week, you can't even get out of the bed. Taking a shower is overwhelming because you're like, oh my God, I'm so sore, right? And what does that train you to do? It trains you to give up. So let's break this diet culture, gym guru garbage. Let's get back to something based in reality. Take what you've been doing. Let's up it a little bit. And then once you meet that goal, up it again. There's no rule that says you have to go from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. You don't have to do that. You don't have to frustrate yourself right off the bat when you're getting started. I can assure you, there are plenty of things that will lead to frustration on your weight loss journey to become healthier. It doesn't have to be how many steps you get in. Some arbitrary number that you heard online or that you saw in a video. I'm here to tell you that I've lost 85 pounds. And I don't even know how many steps I get in a day. And that's okay. Now, some people need to track it so that it's something, right, that they can hold themselves accountable to, or they want to have these goals. My goal is to get up and get moving. If I do that, I've met my goal. My goal is to go outside and play with the dogs and run around and throw a frisbee. If I get up and do that, I've met my goal. And I'm not saying that every goal needs to be mind-blowing and huge. I'm saying that setting these smaller goals for yourself may seem a little bit silly, but what ends up happening is that you start racking up success. And the more success you have, the more confident you become. And then before you know it, you're tracking your steps and you're almost to that goal that you arbitrarily thought you had to set to begin with. And you didn't have to become frustrated in the meantime or give up on yourself 20 times like I know I've done. So please keep that in the back of your mind. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I put out new videos every day, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. Link is in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind.